Hi friends, this is Denario Research and welcome to the part number 9 of cryptocurrency arbitrage tutorial. In this video series, I'll show you how to build your own cryptocurrency arbitrage bot. Today will be the final video about position manager implementation. Now we are able to request balances from both exchanges Poloniex and Bitfinex, request minimal order size from Bitfinex and apply these metrics to both exchanges. And today we'll finally be able to calculate position size and put everything together. So today we have 3 simple tasks in Trello. The first one is to get buy and sell order sizes. To do this, we need to take highest bid order size and lowest ask order size, compare them, and take the smallest number. This smallest number will be our order size. The next thing we need to do is to compare our just calculated order size with our balance. And of course, if our balance is less than order size, we have to make adjustments to the order size. And finally, we should compare adjusted order size with minimal order size requirements. And of course, if we do not meet these requirements, we need to make proper adjustments. So let's start coding. We will work with app.js, specifically compare function, in the place where arbitrage opportunity happens. And we'll begin our work with introduction of modes. I have mentioned modes in the previous video, and today we'll disclose it in details. Modes are the states of the exchange. For instance, if we are buying on Poloniex, which means that Poloniex is in buy mode. If we are selling on Bitfinex, Bitfinex is in the sell mode. So let's code them. So exchanges, now we need to provide index. If we are in sell mode, we should take bid index and ask index for buy mode. Index and mode, its new property, equals to sell. And similarly for buy mode, we can copy this part, paste it below and change bid index to ask index and buy. So for instance, if we are selling on Bitfinex, bid index is equal to 0, and we are buying on Poloniex, ask index will be equal to 1, and vice versa. Also, let's create separate variables for pairs we buy and sell. So var buy pair would be empty string, and var sell pair also empty string. And if buy index bid index equals to 0, which means that we are selling on Bitfinex, then buy pair equals to Polo key and sell pair equals to Bitfinex key, BFX key. Else, if bid index equals to 1, which means that we are selling on Poloniex, then buy pair equals to Bitfinex pair name and sell pair equals to Polo key. Okay, I need to correct myself in 2 equals. And now we are able to request balances from both exchanges. We'll create 2 variables, buy balance and sell balance. Buy balance is the amount of bitcoins we have on one of the exchanges, and sell balance is the amount of altcoins we have on another exchange. So this buy balance variable equals to balance get balance function. As you probably remember, we created this function in one of the previous videos, and this function as parameters requires exchange index, pair name, and mode. So let's provide all this information. If we are buying, we need to ask index as the index of the exchange, pair name by pair, and mode we can provide, like, we can type by mode, but I prefer to provide the mode from the exchange object. Okay, let's copy this row and do the same for sell balance. Sell balance equals to exchange with bid index because we are selling, sell pair, and of course sell mode. Good. Now let's work on our first task from Trello. We need to calculate order size or trade amount. To do that, we need to take highest bid and compare with lowest ask and take the smallest amount. So let's create variable and call it trade amount, and it equals to mass min. This function takes the smallest number comparing to, and here we need to provide amounts. So let's type exchanges bid index order book. This gives us access to the exchange's order book. Here we need to get sell pair, bids, amount. So let's copy this part of code. And paste it and make changes for asks. Asks by pair, asks. Okay, let me explain what does all this mean. For instance, we are arbitraging Ethereum to Bitcoin and selling on Bitfinex and buying on Poloniex. So this means that because we are selling on Bitfinex, bid index equals to 0 and sell pair equals to Ethereum to Bitcoin. We take highest bid and amount, for instance 1 Ethereum. And we compare this amount 1 Ethereum with Poloniex, where ask index equals to 1, buy pair also equals to Ethereum to Bitcoin, asks, and amount equals to 2 Ethereums. So because 1 Ethereum is smaller than 2 Ethereums, our trade amount equals to 1. Now we can check whether our balance is sufficient for this trade amount. But before we do that, we need also compare buy balance and sell balance. So let's create another variable and call it limit balance. And this variable equals to mass min value between sell balance and buy balance divided by lowest ask price, so simply min. Sell balance tells us the amount of Ethereum we can sell. For instance, it equals to 3. But buy balance divided by lowest ask price tells that we can buy only 2 Ethereums. So limit balance, of course, should be equal to 2 instead of 3. Now we can compare trade amount with our balance. So we'll take limit balance. Of course, trade amount should not be greater than amount of money we have. So if trade amount is greater than limit balance, then trade amount equals to limit balance. Okay, we have just completed the second task from Trello. And finally, let's check whether the trade amount meets minimal order size requirements. So firstly, let's pull requirements from limits object for specific pair we arbitrage. So for key in limits object, and if, for instance, by pair includes key, then we need to create some variable. Let's call it pair limit equals to 0 now, but once we find out limits for this pair, it equals to limits key. Okay, and if trade amount is less than pair limit, then trade amount equals to pair limit. And finally, let's double check whether we have sufficient balance to perform trade. So if sell balance is greater or equal than trade amount, and buy balance is greater or equal than trade amount multiplied by lowest ask price, then we can perform the trade. So we can copy this row, cut it, and paste here. Okay. Well, we have just implemented Position Manager, but in this video I have skipped two important parts. The first one, how to perform rounding of trade amount, and the second one, how to handle orders where trade amount equals to pair limit. This would be your homework, but if you are too lazy to think, you may donate some cryptocurrency to support my YouTube channel, and I will provide you a hint. This is all for today. Let's move all tasks we have implemented into Done tab. We are able to calculate position size, compare this position size with our balance, and compare position size with minimal order size. So we have implemented Position Manager, and in the next video we'll begin implementation of Trade Executor. Thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you want more videos, and leave your questions in the comment section below. Bye!